Have you been prepping for years and you're just sick and tired of it and not focused anymore? Stay tuned. All right, guys. A lot of people in the prepping community have expressed their opinions that this stuff gets boring. It gets crazy sometimes. There's times where it's just like, why am I prepping? I've been doing this for so many years and I'm either stuck, I don't know what else to do, or I have everything and I don't need to do anything. Kind of on the both ends of it, you're stuck, you don't know what to do, you're gonna get bored of something because you're either putting too much time into it and you can't find a breakthrough, or you've been doing it for so long that you think you're good and you don't need to spend any more time on it. Let me start off by telling you guys one thing. There's always room for improvement, no matter what. There's always a better product you could be having. There's a better piece of equipment, a solar panel, a turbine, something you could have at your bug out location, something that's going to get you to your bug out location faster. These things are what motivate me to stay focused. New products, new ideas, even things that I can make myself that I don't necessarily have to spend money on. That's things that keep me intrigued. And I think you guys should focus on maybe getting more involved in these prepping communities online. There's hundreds of thousands of people in prepping communities on a number of social networks and different apps, different websites. There's all kinds of stuff and people you guys can talk to. There's people out there that have crazy ideas and you're just like, oh my God, what is wrong with this person? And then there's people that are, have some great ideas. And just when you're talking to these communities, express your ideas and don't be rude, please. That being rude to somebody because their idea is maybe weird or out of the box or crazy just means they're thinking out of the box and maybe not necessarily crazy. But these are the things that keep us focused and intrigued, and we keep learning. That is why us here at Badger Security and Survival started this channel, because we felt like there was things that there's questions being given to us, and we were able to answer them and spread some knowledge. And we were like, there's probably, a lot of people that are like this and need things answered. They want a certain type of gun or, whatever it may be, a certain type of product, a gear. So we started this YouTube channel, and, maybe it's a little easier for us because we deal with this stuff and we buy things and get things for the channel itself. But before any of this started, a lot of us here at Badger Security Survival have been prepping for years. So, and there's been times where, maybe money was tight or, the family wasn't on the same card as we were. There's a lot of obstacles you're going to overcome, but always focused on prepping and having your family involved. Family is number one when it comes to this stuff, and have some type of community. Community is everything after shit hits the fan, as it's called. You're not going to be able to survive by yourself. You want to have a great community, a great team, even if it's getting your neighbor involved or, somebody to come out to your bug out location with you that you trust. There's so many things that you guys can do to keep focused and continue to keep growing. Learn new skills. There's so many skills that you can learn, and I guarantee that everybody watching this video does not know every skill that they could possibly know. Do you know how to garden? Do you know how to build a house? Do you know how to make different fires in different weathers? Do you know how to make, do you know how to keep yourself warm? Do you know how to fix a house? Do you know how to replace a window? All these, guys got to think of all these things you're going to be doing when have nobody else to call. You can't call a tow truck. You can't call somebody to come replace your glass. You can't call somebody to come fix your plumbing. There's so many things you guys could keep learning, and skills is a huge area, because when stuff does happen and you don't have anybody to call to come fix your toilet, you're going to need to know how to do that. So start doing it now. Start learning how to do this stuff. And in the meantime, guess what? You won't have to call somebody to fix something because you already know how to do it. So maybe look at skills. That's a huge area. There's a range of skills. There's so many things you can do. Obviously, you can't learn how to be a doctor unless you go to doctor school, but that's, you got to be pretty bored to go do that or love it. But hey, more power to you. Text me because we need a surgeon. So if you're a surgeon, come on over. We'll welcome you with open arms, right? Exactly. See, you gotta grow your community. You gotta find better people to improve your community, improve your chances of surviving. So, I started to learn how to garden in a more of an efficient way with maybe plants I wasn't too comfortable with in a climate that's so crazy all the time up here in North Dakota. Anything can change in an instant. So it's kind of a different aspect of gardening than you would in, Florida or something like that. So there's so many things you guys can do to keep your interest, like just joining a community and talking to people about gear, weapons, guns. It's amazing the power that has to keep you interested and buy new things and try new gear and improve, a piece of gear you had that you thought was amazing, but they just came out with something last month that, is 10 times better. And this isn't all about money too. A lot of people prep and money's tight, and you don't need a lot of money to prep. We've done a lot of budget things on this channel, and we've succeeded at that in prepping on a budget, and there is ways to do so. So if you guys are bored and you're not involved in some kind of prepping community, Freedom Preppers on Facebook, go. For example, Freedom Preppers, that's a great community, and there's a lot of good debates and arguments that are productive for the community itself, So go look at joining something like that and inputting, something maybe you learned how to do or getting an opinion on something, and email us if you need help with something, whatever it may be. But go look into those communities, because that is very intriguing to get those notifications every day and stay intrigued and on topic of survival and prepping. It is a big thing when it comes to prepping, is staying focused and intrigued and not getting too out there when you're wasting time on things you don't need, and maybe when your family is neglected prepping wise. We know you guys aren't going to neglect your family to buy gear. I'm sure that's debatable, but some people are gear freaks. I know. I love gear. It's amazing. But just stay focused. Keep your, bring somebody else into your circle and teach them things and let them learn from you and things you have. Your family, your wife, your kids. I'm sure most of you guys have kids that are growing up and maybe are intrigued in this stuff a little bit, and teach them some things about this stuff. Teaching your kids, it's not only going to be a memory for yourself and for them, but they're going to be one step ahead of a lot of people if something does happen, or even if it's a emergency disaster or something like that. They're going to know because you took the time out of your day to go teach them and talk to them about a certain thing you would like them to do, or how to get out of a certain situation. So there's a lot of things that you guys can do to continue to stay focused and motivated for prepping and buying new gear and looking at new gear. In the description below, we will link the couple prepper groups on Facebook, like Freedom Preppers and stuff like that. And go check them out. There's a lot of good people on there, and they talk about a lot of good stuff. So make sure you guys click that like, subscribe button. Comment down in the comments below and let us know what you are not focused about or were not focused about in the past, and what you did to bring yourself back, or if you quit prepping and why. We just kind of want to get your guys' aspect of things and see kind of where our community is at. And if anybody needs help with anything, you always know you can message us and or comments. We love it. We love the support, and we appreciate it every day. So until next time, make yourself ready.